Today, I'm going to make your caregiving life less stressful, much easier, and we're going to get your parents the things they need and need to get done, all for free. No income requirements, no strings attached. These services are going to be amazing. I know you're going to want to use at least one of them. Hi there, I'm Sophia. I make weekly videos to help family caregivers like you be more satisfied, more successful, and more informed because I want the very best outcomes for both you and your parent. So go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So as I was putting together this video, I was getting really excited to share this information with you. Today I'm going to talk about 4 amazing services that are going to make life as a family caregiver easier and help you get the best outcomes for you and your parent. And they are all free. We love free. At least I love free. Usually when you hear about free services for seniors, I know they're often set aside for low-income seniors or there's a really long waiting list. Well, not these. These are for everyone and they're available right now. Now, watch to the end because I saved the very best one for last. That one really blew me away, and I know it's going to really make the wheels in your head start turning and saying, oh my gosh, I got to use that one. I want to make sure I say I have absolutely no affiliation with any of these services or agencies. I just thought they were just way too good to keep to myself. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to each one of them in the description below. So let's get started. First, I want to start with Backpack Health. This is an app that allows you to manage and share all your parents' health and medical information. But Sophia, that's so boring. Well, I'm going to tell you, this is what I bring to all of my dad's medical appointments. This is the dad book. That is boring. And I could have just had all the information in one tiny place, my phone. You can add pictures, upload documents, keep track of all the appointments, what the doctor said. You can add all the medications and medical history. I think the very best use for this backpack app is for families like mine where there's more than one person who takes my dad to the doctor. I can give my sister access to the app and she has all the medical information right there, and after the doctor's appointment she can enter in the information and we are both updated. It'll save a lot of time and a lot of stress, and it's free. Next is Meal Train. This is a service that I just recently came across. And this is also an app that allows you to organize meals for your parent to be provided by your local community and family and friends. Let's say, for instance, you cook dinner for your dad every night, and if you didn't cook, he wouldn't eat. So what happens if you need to go away on a business trip for a week? What are you going to do then? Well, you could use Meal Train to set up a meal calendar. You enter which days that are needed, what kinds of foods Dad likes and doesn't like, are there any special dietary needs, and what time you'd like food delivered. Once it's set up, 7 different people from your family and friends community could volunteer to bring one meal, one person for each day that you're gone. And for free, you could set up this meal plan train for one meal a day forever if you wanted to, and it would be free on Meal Train. Or you can set it up for more than one meal a day and add things like errands and help around the house for as long as needed. And it's just a one-time fee of $10. Now I know that's not free, but it's just $10. But for just one meal a day, it is free. And one really cool thing is that anyone that you invite to view your meal calendar can then forward that to their network of local friends and family and say, hey, I know someone who needs help if you have some time. And then your community of available volunteers to help out with Dad just doubled. And you know what, it just feels a little bit safer to have friends and friends of friends who are there to help out with Dad. Next is a company called CaringBridge. They have a terrific service, and I have been referring families to them for years and years, like back to the late 90s when they were just started. And yes, that tells you how old I am. They have since become a nonprofit agency. They describe themselves as helping families through health journeys. Have you ever had this happen when your parent was in the hospital? You have family and you have friends who are involved and they want to know what's going on, and so they call you up and they ask you 100 questions, and when you hang up with them, someone else calls and asks the same 100 questions, and you have to repeat everything over. And they might say, well, so-and-so said that this was going on. And you're like, no, that was yesterday. Today, this is what's going on. And while family and friends, they mean well, they want to follow up and be informed about how your parent is, and they want to give you support, but keeping all that communication flowing and accurate, it's exhausting and it's time consuming, and it's really not what you want to be doing when your parent's in the hospital. So what CaringBridge does is when a person, really of any age, it doesn't have to be a senior, if they're sick and they're in the hospital or they're injured, or even when they have a chronic condition, and yes, I'd say aging is a chronic condition, they will allow you to make a super easy private website just for your family and friends and the people that you invite, and only those people will have access to it. It's really easy to set up. You could set it up in 5 minutes. I did it once for my dad. You can provide quick updates on how your parents are doing, or you can write a whole journal entry if you want to really keep people informed about how your parents are doing. And every time you enter an entry, your family and friends that you've invited will all be notified by email or text to go and look at it. Your family and friends can go online and leave messages and well wishes and upload pictures. And you also can upload pictures and videos of your parent to let your family and friends know how they're progressing. Another cool feature is their task planning tool. Say your mom is in the hospital and all of a sudden, unexpectedly, she's being discharged home. But her medications need to be picked up from the pharmacy, and you're all of a sudden not able to pick up your granddaughter like you usually do. And your mom's her bedroom got cluttered while she was away at the hospital, and her sheets need to be changed before she gets home, and you can't do all of these things. So you can go on CaringBridge and set up and schedule these tasks in their built-in planner so that your family and friends can see all the things that need to be done, and they can all volunteer to help get these things done before mom comes home, and you don't even need to talk to anyone to get this arranged. Oh, and I almost forgot. You can also start your meal train, the previous service, right from the CaringBridge app. So it's 2 for 1, and they're both free. Okay, I said I was going to save the best for last, and here it comes. This is a volunteer service for seniors. Now, don't say, Sophia, big deal, those are everywhere. Don't say it just yet. Most agencies that help seniors have volunteers. Maybe they have 10 or 20, or even a big agency might have a couple of hundred volunteers, which is fabulous. But this agency has 30,000 volunteers across the United States. Do you believe it? 30,000 people who want to help seniors with all kinds of things, and it's all for free. This agency is called Elder Helpers, elderhelpers.org. These volunteers are available to help your parent with all kinds of things that they need, like shopping and driving and running errands. They can also just come in and read to your parent or visit. They can help your parent write letters or make phone calls if needed. Some volunteers will even come in and help with cleaning and cooking and gardening and handiwork or repairs. And this is all free. It's actually against their company policy for any money to be exchanged, even a tip. Although their website does say they will accept muffins and cake. You can look on their website at the volunteers. You can look at their profiles, see pictures of the volunteers. Elder Helpers conducts telephone interviews, 30,000 telephone interviews, and will run an identity check on every volunteer. They recommend that you meet up with that volunteer ahead of time, maybe at the local coffee shop, just so you can meet them and get a feel for them. And if you want extra assurance, Elder Helpers will run a background check on them for you. So, of course, I went on their website to play around to see if I could find some volunteers near me here in Southern California. Within a 10-mile radius, I found 80 volunteers ready and willing to work. And I checked out some other places just to see what was out there, and I found volunteers everywhere. Of course, the bigger the city and more populated, the more volunteers were in that area. So, for instance, in Baltimore, more than 200. Austin, Texas, over 350. In Tampa, Florida, 180. In Los Angeles, over 500 volunteers. And in New York, over 1,000. Most cities have some, so I checked out Wichita and Knoxville and Kalamazoo. Yes, they all have volunteers there too. I got so excited about Elder Helpers that I have got to find something for them to help my dad with because it's just too good not to use. So which of these free, amazing services are you going to try first? Leave me a comment and let me know. Here's a couple of more videos I think that are going to be helpful for you, so go ahead and check them out. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos on everything senior related. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I do appreciate it. You have a great day, and I'll see you next time.